Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan. For those of you joining for the first time today, I'll make a quick video today, guys. And first of all, say I hope you all have a happy 4th of July. And just go out there, enjoy your weekend. Hopefully you get a long weekend. I am taking a long weekend this weekend, and then the next week I'm only working a couple days. And then we're taking a little family vacation. So chances are I might not make a video next week. I'm going to try to get one out still on Friday, but we'll kind of see what happens, play by ear, and go from there. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about what happened this week. We saw, AMC go up in price a little bit. That was good, but it is what it is, right? It's just another day. And then, of course, the court case happened the last couple of days. Quick recap, right? So I didn't take notes during it. I was listening all day long. I was on a space call on Twitter listening with a bunch of people. But I was working the whole time while I was doing it, so I didn't really have it. I couldn't take notes, and they made it very clear that it couldn't be recorded. So there's no way. I didn't go back and re-listen to point things out. I'm just gonna give you a little synopsis of what I heard, and then we'll you guys can talk about it in the comments. We can chit chat about what you heard, and it'll jog my memory on different things that I might not mention in this video. First things first, I'm sure that most of you know that within the first 10 minutes of the court case starting, the fire alarm went off, right? So that was very convenient timing, and it seemed like somebody was just trying to slow down time. It's a very just coincidental thing, and 100%, it probably had nothing to do with anything, right? I'm not going to be that guy, but you never know. We've seen them do things that are not that wouldn't make it out of the ordinary. That somebody pulled that fire escape. I'm sure you guys have seen that picture going around of Kenny Boy pulling down that pulling down the fire button. So guys, that happened. Court case gets started back up again, and they start with the plaintiffs talking about why they are in court and what they think is going on. The majority of everything that everybody said had nothing to do with what they were actually in court for, rather trying to prove different points to try to get the judge to feel sympathetic. The judge was very much so questioning them on certain things and trying to get them to answer questions to make it relatable to what they were talking about. At one point, somebody asked about whether, if the first injunction that they requested would have been granted, what could have happened? If it would have caused a bankruptcy in AMC, then where would have that led to? And all of them said they didn't want AMC to go bankrupt. That was clear. So there's that. The judge said, well, hey, it's a good thing I didn't grant that injunction, right? Because if I granted that injunction, then I would have been held accountable for that, for the company going bankrupt. I didn't believe the company was going bankrupt at that time. I don't think, most of us didn't believe that the company was going bankrupt. There were still things in the works to start building that number up. And right now, that's a moot point because we're not, the company's not going bankrupt. There was a lot that was said at one point, one of the plaintiffs actually basically said, I think you're changing my mind. He said it about certain situations about it, but the situations that he was referring to were in direct relation to what they're actually in court for. I haven't personally, I'll be very honest, I haven't listened in on a lot of these court cases, right? This is the first one that I actually care about because it directly affects me and my investment. But all of the plaintiffs who are suing AMC kept talking about how the other plaintiffs didn't matter in the court case, that to them it didn't matter because obviously the lawyers for each plaintiff is a lawyer for that plaintiff. But if they would have been able to find some sort of common ground, I think that probably would have helped their case, but that didn't happen. There was just a lot of the same nonsense. One of the guys, the most well-spoken guy out of all of them, came right out of the gate and said that he was for years a lobbyist for political reasons, that he was out there getting paid to lobby for political reasons. That should tell you something about who is out there working against it, right? Obviously they're paying people, but this guy was very, very clear and adamant about who he was and that this is what he's done for a good portion of his career. That's another check mark of people who don't speak for me when it comes to the people who are suing AMC. None of the plaintiffs that were in there spoke for me, because I 100%, I did not agree with what was going on. I didn't agree with what they said, and I am 100% always I'm mentally available to accept a differing opinion of my own if it makes sense. Nothing really made sense that they were saying. The common thing that most of them all said was that, oh, but it could wipe out everybody's savings accounts. It could do this. It could do that. Again, they're trying to tug on the heartstrings of the judge to make her feel bad for people, which is not how most judges think. Judges go off of what is law and what is not, right? And so that was just them trying to get into the judge's head and make her feel bad about things, which is crazy because, as you all know, what money do you trade with, right? Money that you can afford to lose. If you can't afford to lose it, don't trade with it. At that point, you're making bets, hoping to come out on top. I know that some of you have done that, and I get that, but that doesn't hold up in court, right? Like it's not AMC's job to know how much money you're spending and where you're taking it from. So keep that in mind. Other than that, guys, I mean, it was there was recesses, there was all the things of normal courts that just the whole thing could have happened a lot sooner, but a lot of people didn't show up that were supposed to, that were trying to object to the conversion and the reverse split and everything else that has happened. A lot of those people didn't show up, so there was a lot of time that was taken away. And the last thing that the judge said is that she's not going to there's not going to be a decision today, and most likely there's not going to be a decision next week. So guys, we still got some time. Pay attention to what's going on the next couple of weeks. Let's just stay vigilant, stay watching, just be ready for anything. You never know what's going to happen, and we'll go from there. And we'll keep chatting on what's going on as the time as days go on and weeks go on and whatever. But guys, again, go out there, have a good weekend. I hope you guys have a great, safe time. Just be safe, enjoy your friends and family, stay positive, stay motivated, stay motivating, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.